My next upload today, for those that are experiencing any similar circumstances to this, would be mindful of the tactics that I am confronted with. As I've mentioned in a previous upload, there is much research on the positive effects and outcomes of artificial progress, artificial intelligence, with regard to its moral objective for truth and justice. The big objective of AI research and development is for justice. As is evident in all of these uploads, I'm experiencing very dangerous unlawful actions, and the individuals that have been of artificial intelligence developments from light fragments of my body have not had, as I've mentioned, any lawful procedures practiced. They have damaged and developed from my light body, my universal light. So therefore they're not in ownership of those developments or research, and they haven't ownership of the situation that they have caused due to their offences and their contempt. So, and also due to the protection laws as a civil servant of the state, as a teacher, as a farm manager, and as a civil servant. That's 3 departments that entitle me to whistleblower protection, and that's only just one aspect. My marital property entitles me, and the portfolio of work also, that is my entitlement, entitles me to Regents law protection. There's also my royal patronage, which would extend from a piece of tissue to the towel on my head and to my fingernails, my entire body. There's protection laws with regard to these matters. Then there's also my role as a humanitarian and my work with the Duke of Edinburgh Award and the President's Awards Office. That entitles me to humanitarian protection. So there's the issue now that I'm raising with regard to individuals that have been brazening it and that have been of huge offence to my child and I. And they are going to great lengths by hook and by crook to further their offences and their repertoire of offence and injuries and insults against my family and my property and my wealth and etc. So these individuals have been by hook and by crook causing very serious problems, and they haven't drawn a line, and they haven't respected the boundaries. They have no entitlement to be altering or attaining or acquiring from me. The law doesn't work in favour, I hope, of these kind of individuals being facilitated. The law doesn't twist and turn to accommodate those that are stealing from my belongings. They have already stolen from my belongings and my child's belongings since 2017. Now, as I'm of legislation as well, and due to one of the outcomes of my input in legislation, one of the positive outcomes was the possible monetary loss that could have been incurred only for my work not having been conducted or for having it been conducted. So that makes it a very insulting situation that there could have been further economic losses as a consequence of I having not conducted my work between 2018 onwards. In the present moment, these individuals that are of repeat offences are of financial theft from me. Now, the relevant departments and agents of society and the relevant bodies are all aware of the huge economic loss that was already caused as a consequence of these individuals. And they are also aware of what has been saved as a consequence of the work I personally single-handedly conducted in 2017-2018. So the fact that I'm experiencing these individuals disrespecting the law, the protection laws that I'm naturally entitled to, is bad enough. But that the law of this situation is not being respecting of my entitlements is a little bit of an insult. That's a very serious matter. So there's a very serious issue of individuals of hook and by crook thinking they're going to continue breaking the law to attain from my belongings. It's bad enough they're in my proximity, disturbing the peace, and their damages go back to 2003. So since 2005 up to the present date, they have no right to be in my proximity to 15 and 20 kilometres of a radius. This is for